guys, welcome back to Queen G's Recipes, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make chocolate and vanilla pudding popsicles. So it's very simple, very basic, but it is so good. It's definitely a treat, but now during the summertime it is perfect for a dessert or a nice treat on a really hot day. So what you're going to be needing is 2 packages of pudding. I'm going to be using chocolate and vanilla, but definitely you can use like all vanilla or all chocolate or butterscotch. You can do whatever you want. But the only thing is, with the pudding, you're going to follow the directions of the box, and you're also going to add an extra half a cup of milk. So the directions on my box are 2 cups of cold milk for each box of pudding. So I'm going to be putting 2.5 cups of milk for each box. So you're also going to be needing a popsicle mold, but if you do not have a popsicle mold, you can always use the Dixie cups. They sell them like at dollar stores and stuff like that. You can purchase them and you can make your popsicles in there, and you can just cover it with a little bit of aluminum foil and then stick the popsicle stick right in the middle, and you have a little popsicle mold. So what I also have here is 2 bowls so I can make my 2 puddings and a whisk. Pretty much that's it. So let's move on to making our vanilla pudding, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so into our bowl, we're gonna start off with our vanilla pudding. Okay. Okay, into that we're going to place 2.5 cups of milk. Okay. Now we're gonna whisk this until it becomes thick. So it won't become as thick as you usually make pudding because we added the extra half a cup of milk, but until it resembles kind of like a gravy, a light gravy consistency, then you know that it's ready to be put in the mold. I'm gonna continue on stirring, and then I'll let you know what it looks like when we get there. Now definitely you can use a handheld whisk. It would be quicker, but I'm just using a regular whisk, and I'm just gonna whisk it until it's at the consistency we need it at. Okay, so this is what you want your pudding to look like. You can see it's pretty thick, but not as thick as a pudding consistency. It's pretty close, but not as thick. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna transfer this into a measuring cup or any pourable cup that you would have, and it's going to make it easier for us to pour it into the molds. Oops. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rinse out my bowl with a little bit of water because we're going to use it for pudding again. And this one's going to be chocolate, so it's no big deal. I'm just going to clean up here, and then we'll start filling our molds. Okay, so now that we have our pudding in our measuring cup, we're going to slowly and carefully fill up our pudding molds half the way. Okay. Try not to make a mess like I am, but okay. The first few will be a little messy because my measuring cup is really full, but I will clean it up. It's no big deal. Now you will have a little bit of pudding left over, but that's totally fine because you can eat it anyway. So I'm just gonna clean up and then we'll come back to what we should do next. Okay guys, so now that I have everything cleaned up, I have my pudding molds ready to go into the freezer, and I just put my remaining into a pudding cup that I have here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna place these into the freezer without the lids for about half an hour. Then we're gonna remove them, or we're gonna make the chocolate pudding before removing them, and we're gonna place the chocolate pudding on top, and then we'll let them freeze for about 4 hours or so. So now I'm gonna put them in my freezer for about half an hour. Okay guys, so now that it's been about half an hour, I have my popsicles still in the freezer, but we're gonna work on our chocolate pudding now. So, same thing. We're gonna place our chocolate pudding powder, our 2.5 cups of milk, and again we're gonna mix until it resembles a pudding consistency. I'm gonna keep on mixing until I get there, and then I will show you what it looks like, and we'll remove our vanilla popsicles from the freezer. Okay, so now that our chocolate pudding is done, I have removed our vanilla popsicles from the freezer. And now we're going to place our chocolate pudding into a measuring cup just as before, but this time I got my bigger measuring cup. And if you don't have a measuring cup big enough, or you want to use the bowl, you can also use a funnel. That will help too. So it will minimize the mess you make, just like I already did. So now we're going to take our chocolate and just do the same thing. And we're not going to fill it up right to the top, but probably leave, I don't know, maybe a tablespoon less. They're not exactly perfect in measurement, like half and half chocolate, half vanilla, but you know what? That's totally fine, because that's the beauty of making homemade treats. So I'm just gonna tap them down just to make sure that they are nice and leveled. Okay guys, so now that we have our chocolate pudding into our molds, what we're gonna do is we are going to put our taps on, our little mold covers. Just close them tightly. Make sure not to overfill them, or you will have a giant mess. So I just put my remaining chocolate pudding into another pudding cup or plastic glass, whatever you have. Okay, so now we're going to put these into our freezer for a minimum of 4 hours, or you can leave them overnight. And I will let you guys know what they look like once I have removed them after 4 hours. Okay guys, so my pudding popsicles have been in the freezer for a little over 5 hours, and now we're going to taste test them. Now before we do that, if you have a popsicle mold like mine or anything similar to this, it is a good idea to run it under hot water for about say 10 seconds or so. You don't want to melt it too much, but you do want to let it loose from the actual plastic container. So I'm going to run mine under a little bit of hot water for a few seconds, and then we'll pull it out. Okay guys, so I had my popsicle mold under hot water for about 15 to 18 seconds, and now it's just easy removal. And oh my god, look at that. How beautiful is that? So here you have it guys. So simple, so easy, but it is so good. I guarantee you, you will love it in the summer, any time of the year, any season, but definitely in the summer. It is very refreshing and a very delightful dessert. Okay, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it for you guys. It is so simple, so good. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you can see my future videos. And as always, the recipe will be in the description box, even though it's not really a recipe, but I will have all the directions and ingredients in the description box. So take care. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.